Hello and welcome to the 160th of a second photography podcast. It's raining loads, and where I'm recording the podcast you may be able to hear the rain because I'm recording it upstairs. No way I'm going out today. It's just rain. It's been thunder here for the last couple of days, so won't be going out. Want to quickly record this episode, and in many ways this episode sort of compounded by the rain. This episode is about why I would never buy GoPro, and GoPro is all about going out and doing things and going out and capturing the moment and capturing you do things. Well, I'm stuck indoors today, and I will be stuck indoors, and I won't be going out at all because of the weather. And so it seems a fitting time to record my episode about why I will never buy another GoPro. And of course, GoPros are now waterproof without housing, and GoPros are a great product. Now, I've recently sold my GoPro Hero 7. That actually gave me the idea for this episode, because I thought, I'm not using this GoPro Hero 7. I'm just not using it at all. I'll sell it. And I sold it, and I was happy with what I got for it. But then I started to think, well, why am I selling it? Why aren't I using it? And it came back to just my thorough disapproval of GoPro. There's nothing wrong with the Hero 7. It's a really good product. It's waterproof without additional housing. I can change the field of view. I've got 3 perspectives, super wide, and linear. I can get rid of the defishing effect by going linear. It's got hyper smooth, which means I can hold it in my hand or stick it on some sort of handle, and I can walk with it, and I don't need to worry about stabilization because it's all built in. It does it automatically. I can shoot 24p. I can shoot good photos. I can shoot in RAW. The GoPro Hero 7 can do loads and loads of really good things. It is a bit slow to start up. If you want to capture something and you've got your GoPro, you've got to turn it on. You've probably got to wait 10 seconds before you can take a picture or start recording. Unless you put quick capture on, it's a bit quicker, but with quick capture it just eats through your battery because it's pretty much always on. So there's a bit of compromise there, but like I say, it's an excellent product. So why would I want to sell it? Well, I wasn't using it. Why wasn't I using it? Well, I wasn't using it because I was so hacked off with the company GoPro that it just put me off using it. Once I realised I was never going to use it again, I decided, well, I might as well sell it, and selling it is the best thing. But how did I get to this point where I just hate GoPro? I've had 3 GoPros. I've had Hero 2, Hero 4, Hero 7. Each has been progressively better. The original GoPro, I felt could never really do what it's intended to. Yes, it was hard. It was waterproof in the case. You got okay footage, but now the most recent GoPros are really, they stand up to the vision. But with the Hero 5, 6, 7, if you wanted to record external audio, which is something I do for video, you had to get a recorder. A little plug-in, USB-C plug-in. It was probably about the same length as a GoPro itself. It's quite a big unit. There was no other way to record external audio into your GoPro and get it baked in. You could always sync up, and there's a mobile phone app, I think called Mikey or something, which allows you to record into your mobile phone and sync up afterwards, designed specifically for GoPro. There's a whole ecosystem, speaking of that, that's designed for GoPro. Ecosystem of software, ecosystem of products, supports, mounts, everything. But this audio adapter, couldn't buy it anywhere. And I saw it on the GoPro website. So I bought it, and it arrived about 2 weeks later. It wasn't particularly fast to arrive, but I thought, I've got it. I've been looking for this now for about 6 months. Nowhere's got it. It's there. I'll get it. And it's a good product. It plugged in. You can then get a case that holds it, and the audio you could record externally was very good. You've got to pay another £50, but the audio is very good. But when I looked at my bill, I'd been charged twice for the same product, and of course only one product arrived. So immediately I got in contact to get this sorted out, and that's where it all started. I was on hold for ages. I was on hold for an hour because you can't email in and get a sensible answer. You can't sort of raise a question. I think I initially tried live chat, but no one responded with live chat, and you couldn't sort of email. You go to the GoPro website, it's very flashy, but from customer services it's not very good at all. So I phoned because live chat didn't work, and then I finally get through to someone, and I start sort of saying, well, I got charged twice. I'd say, oh well, it's the end of the day now. So I thought, what do you mean it's the end of the day? Oh, well, I finish work in a couple of minutes. So in the end, what happens is they just hang up on me. I won't be able to sort this out in the available time. Goodbye. So I get hung up on. I then call back the next day. I'm furious about this. I wait for an hour again. I speak to someone, all I hear is, oh no, we're really sorry about that. Even them saying it sounds hollow. It sounds absolutely hollow. Can I speak to a manager? No, there's no one available. And I can't get my problem solved of a refund. I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying. You know, all these excuses come out. Well, we'll have to speak to the shipping company, check they haven't shipped you to. We'll have to do this, we'll have to do that. At no point does someone say, yeah, I'll sort that out for you. It's excuse. I hear nothing. I have to keep chasing them. The service isn't good. The customer service is dreadful. But the only way you can complain about that or raise it or point it out is through the dreadful customer service. So of course, that goes nowhere. So in the end, thankfully, I paid on PayPal. So I raise an issue with PayPal. And eventually, it's PayPal who sort the problem out. It's not GoPro, it's PayPal. My problem gets sorted out through PayPal, not through GoPro. So I get my money back. But what a huge effort I had to go to get my money back. I talked to GoPro. They gave me the impression they don't care. So I'm not very happy with GoPro. It seems like they have customer service, but they have the lowest form of customer service and they don't care. And it does feel like now they've got your money, they don't care. Customer service is an afterthought. So I start to look into this. Oh, was it just me? Have I just been unlucky? And looking through online, I find other examples of people complaining about the customer service. People complaining about they ordered a GoPro, it never turned up. They ordered a GoPro, it was broken. It broke after an hour. And it's not the product that they're annoyed with, it's the customer service. There's GoPro forums and you can go on that, and if you look through GoPro forums, you'll find an awful lot of forums about poor customer service. And of course, no one senior will know about this because you have to go through the customer service to complain. So I basically had a bad experience with the company GoPro, and I basically decided, no, I don't want another GoPro. I'll stick with my Hero 7, but I won't be ever buying another GoPro, another mount, anything from the GoPro company. And then the GoPro Hero 8 comes out. And again, I'm interested in it. Oh, this looks good. Oh, that looks so much more convenient than the 7. Oh, it looks better than the 7. It does this, it does that. But now, with the 7, you could change the lens cover. If you scratched your lens cover, you could take it off and you could replace it. You could replace it with an official. You could get it fixed through GoPro if you wanted to, or you could just buy a third-party one and put it on yourself. But with the GoPro Hero 8, you can't change it. That's it. If you scratch your lens, that's it. You're stuck with it. And so when I saw that, I thought, no, I would never buy that, because the very nature of the GoPro is to go and do slightly risky things with it, to hold it in one hand, to go skiing with it, to go rock climbing with it, to go underwater. It should be indestructible. You're going to assume it's indestructible. But no, once you scratch that lens, that's it. Even a lens cover or a protective film might not protect that lens. And so if you spend a lot of money, £300 or £200 on your GoPro Hero 8 and you scratch it, that's money down the drain. I'm also interested in the GoPro Max. That looks really good. A lot of money, but it's a 360 camera and it also doubles up as another GoPro. Looks really good. So there are products I'm interested in, but because of the way I feel GoPro handles their customer care, their customer service, if you are a global company, inevitably you will have some customers who have a problem. Whether things don't arrive, whether there's a software glitch, you will have problems. And if you're buying a GoPro, it's a premium product. You want to know you're in good hands if something goes wrong. Well, you're not in good hands based on the experience I've had. You're not in good hands based on the experience other people have had. So where does that leave you? There's the premium product of the GoPro, there are cheap copies, and there's DJI sat sort of next to GoPro. I don't know what the customer service of DJI is going to be like, but I know their DJI Osmo Action is probably just as good or slightly below the GoPro 8, but it has removable lens covers and you can replace them. You can put on polarizers, ND filters, because the way it's designed. You can swap them out and replace them with ND filters or circular eye or polarizers or anything like that. They have something called Rocksteady, which is their version of Hypersmooth, which is stabilization, electronic stabilization. And they've been releasing lots of firmware updates. So to me, that seems so much better than the GoPro offering. And to me, that's where I would put my money. GoPro don't care, or GoPro made me feel like they don't care, because they did not invest in good customer service. DJI look a bit different, but actually what I've gone and done is I've sold my GoPro Hero 7 and I bought a cheap knockoff that does 4K, and I spent £40 on my cheap knockoff, and I'll probably be really happy with the cheap knockoff. I'm waiting for it to arrive in the post, but I'll probably be really happy. For what I use my GoPro for, or what I did use my GoPro for, was getting BTS footage and getting B-roll and having a camera where I didn't want to have my smartphone out and I didn't want to have an expensive camera out. I would get out the GoPro. If I drop it, it won't break. It will maybe get scuffs, but I can cope with that. If I drop my other cameras, they will break and I'll be severely out of pocket. But I can also do this with a cheap knockoff. And with a cheap knockoff, I could always buy another one if it was severe. And I'm not angry with the cheap knockoff. And in fact, when I was researching which cheap knockoff to buy, I kept hearing in YouTube videos, and the customer service is good. So how can a cheap knockoff company be a big international company, big company like GoPro at customer service? Well, maybe they care more. Maybe they don't. So I won't ever be buying another GoPro. I will be buying either a cheap alternative, cheap knockoff, or I'll be going with the next best thing, which is probably the DJI Osmo Pocket. But let me know what you think. Have you had such a bad experience with the company that you've just been put off their products totally? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you. Goodbye.